Hi there, this is the Homescreen team, and we are super excited to introduce the project and do some walkthroughs. Homescreen is a companion tool for the CLDR survey tool, and it collects CLDR relevant data such as date, time, and number formats. Along with the rest of the pipeline, Homescreen helps format information in calendars, shopping sites, and other interfaces. Homescreen focuses on being easy to understand and easy to use, turning specific and technical concepts into real-world examples. The questions are written in a conversational style and are accompanied by videos which frame the concept or link it to a real-world application or scenario. To encourage contribution at an individual pace, Homescreen is broken into several quick surveys, which we call microsurveys. Each microsurvey asks about 1 to 2 pieces of key information and takes just minutes to complete, allowing contributors to work through the pipeline one survey at a time or complete multiple microsurveys in one sitting. The surveys are organized into 6 main levels by topic. The first level asks questions that are required for the most basic levels of CLDR, including the name of the language natively and in English. The second level covers information in a calendar, including month and day names and date formats. The third level zooms in further into calendar data, collecting the names of hours and minutes, date ranges and relative time, etc. The fourth level looks at data relevant to an individual day, such as 12 versus 24-hour clock systems, words for morning and night, and some specific examples. The fifth level asks about number and currency formatting, and the sixth level asks about coordinates and directions.
Now let's dive into surveys. Take this example in level 4. Contributors are asked whether their language community uses a 12-hour clock or a 24-hour clock. Every survey follows the same flow: a welcome screen, a short context video, followed by questions. This survey begins with a simple multiple choice. If the answer is 12-hour, the survey ends there, quick and clean. If the answer is 24-hour, the user is guided to a different logical branch. Here, the survey prompts once more about 12-hour usage, since our research shows it's statistically likely that both formats may coexist in some communities. Every question is informed by data and research collected by our team. This ensures we only ask what's truly necessary, keeping surveys short and engaging while still capturing accurate language data. On the back end, the branching logic can be fully visualized. This makes it easy to confirm that each path serves the right purpose. These surveys contain different modes of input, going beyond the standard multiple choice. For example, there are questions where contributors are prompted for additional notes that they might have. In other surveys, short translations of key CLDR-related words and phrases are collected. An example of this comes from the next survey in the level sequence that asks for AM and PM terms. Again, the format is consistent: a welcome screen, video, then questions. Here, the user is prompted to answer in their own language. After contributors provide translations, Homescreen automatically generates example phrases for them to confirm or edit, as seen here. This reduces repetitive manual input and speeds up the process, while also ensuring data is accurate. Homescreen's branching logic and validation techniques offer an efficient tool that can be used in collaboration with the CLDR survey tool, while also keeping the user experience simple and engaging.
One of the goals of Homescreen is to make the contributor experience smoother by reducing redundancy. Our team's research lead found that many data points are predictable from each other. For example, in most locales, once we know the long date order, we can also predict the short date order, and even where the weekday goes, meaning fewer questions without losing accuracy. All of our inferences are then presented back to contributors for review with the opportunity to edit. The same principle applies to numbers, which I'll demo here. Our original decimal separator form was very simple. It asked, please choose the decimal separator your language uses, if at all. And contributors then picked between options like 1.5, 1,5, or 1 space 5. We then needed a separate question for group separators and larger numbers, but our research showed strong correlations between the two. Locales that use commas as group separators universally use periods as decimals and vice versa. Locales that use periods for grouping universally use periods for decimals and vice versa. And locales that use spaces for grouping almost always pair them with commas as decimals and vice versa. With this in mind, we redesigned the form so that one question now captures both decimal and grouping separators at once. Instead of showing a simple number, the form now displays a more comprehensive example, like 1,500,050 cents, in different variations to capture the syntax of as many languages as possible. Contributors simply pick the version that matches how their language writes numbers. One answer now gives us both values, making the survey faster, clearer, and less repetitive. And of course, there is another option to ensure all languages are represented in the data we collect. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn more about Homescreen. If you're interested in getting more information or joining our waitlist, please visit homescreen.com.